Come at me, I'll come back at you.
Ultimate punch.
Punch.
Ultimate fist bump.
Well, hello and welcome to episode 146 of the VR Verdict podcast. I'm PJ.
I'm Wookie.
We'd like to share VR with you. We fucked that up. It's been a while. Oh, well. So how's it going, man? It's been, I don't know, month or
Couple
two, something.
We've had short episodes before that long. Couple of weeks, maybe. All right.
Yeah.
Not pulling, double shifts kind of stuff. We were, going to revamp mostly through February, try to get it done by then. And it's like, that's when I started working all day and all night for a while. So I'm decompressing, getting back. Hope.
Yeah.
And then you got to invite me to this UX failure.
Yeah, so I'm going to watch something and then stream it to my phone and just handle it that way. But geez.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be worth it, but I wasn't expecting that. But yeah.
That sucks.
But here we are.
That sucks. That's all. Other than before jumping to Breachers, we have been trying to play a little more No Man's Sky since the Interceptor update. But like, as much fun as that game can be, and as little as there really is to kind of do, like my PC using Steam VR to play it, it's just not coded very well for that. It's just like chugging lately. Fix that shit. Come on.
Yeah, when I played on PC, it would run great for like an hour and a half, and then you just start seeing things like tear and stutter. And if I rebooted, I'd be fine for another hour. So yeah, I haven't really had that on the PlayStation 2, PSVR 2, but yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
I tried some, people have some guides on changing these settings. Doesn't make a damn bit of difference no matter what I do. It's just the game. I don't know if like their fixes for the Interceptor update have just made it run worse. Like it's real, like for the first little bit, it was fine. We played that expedition, no problem. I might have been using a
You
controller
were
for
flat
that.
screen, weren't you?
Then yeah, I think so. Then when we tried the VR, maybe it was just right when the Interceptors update came out. It was fine. We'd play for a couple hours straight, maybe 3. No real problems. Like, well, not the best frame rate, but I can handle it. And now it's just like screen black blocks. Like it doesn't know what size the screen should be. Sometimes just you fly out of the planet and the game does. I think that does it in the game. And there's a mod to fix that if you really wanted to on PC. But it's like just the CPU is hammered, and it's like and everything's on like the lowest setting by default, I guess, when you play Steam VR. Crank it if you want to, and crank it. It's just like,
Well,
come on.
yeah, I don't know what's up with that group, but again, when they launched PSVR 2, like that game had a free update and it looked great and it played great. Like it wasn't as clear as possible, but they updated it saying, "Hey, we fixed the graphics on the PSVR 2 and I think it's gotten a little worse." It doesn't run any better. I'm like, "What'd you do?" So, yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. Sean, fuck.
Yeah. I mean, I watch some of his, like when he does talks and stuff, and he just sounds like he likes to write video game engines from scratch. He's like, not everybody, like if everybody uses Unity and Unreal, it'd become like, eh. So he writes game engines from scratch. He wrote this one, but it's kind of like, finish it. I love all the updates, but like you don't need one every 6 weeks if you've got major performance problems on some stuff.
Yeah, I'd rather they focus on UI and performance right now. Like the updates are great, like you said, and they're free, so you can't complain, but it's like there's still some issues.
Yeah, like performance, like the gradation. And again, it's just over like they've been punching out, I think, some updates for the Sentinel update. So it's kind of obvious that when I'm playing kind of regularly, a couple times a week at least, and I'm trying to, find those ships, it's like runs fine on VR no matter what, and then slowly gets worse with more updates. It's like it's kind of obvious unless my brand new laptop, gaming laptop, which has like a cooling fan that kind of looks like this table, and it's ice cold no matter what I do to that laptop. I beat the crap like I crank things, and it doesn't even get warm with that fan running. It's insane. Unless that's dying, which I don't
I
think it
doubt
is.
it.
It's like, come on. And there's other people saying like, no matter what I do, I can't get this game to run. Some people are like, I could throw it on Ultra and VR and Steam, and I don't believe them because everyone else is like, no dice. Like it's just going to run that way.
No,
Fuck. Anyway, enough of that.
still a great game, but it does, especially like if you're not in VR all the time, like, that's going to give you a headache.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Honestly, there's not that much. Like, there's all these like weird things you can grind, but there's not that much to actually do that's engaging. So I just like to fly around and look at stuff, go hunting, pets and ships and stuff. And it's just like that would still be kind of fine, but they can't give me that in VR. And if you guys haven't played that in VR, holy shit, the cockpits just like are come to life. Like you want to start pulling cords out and see what everything's made of. It's insane how cool that is.
Yeah, it's like the coolest experience for me, like in VR, just on a art slash graphics set,
Yeah.
rating. Like it's just amazing to be in there.
But not if you're just using Steam VR with a decent PC, because it's like the amount of artifacting and like low res stuff, like it is visually a downgrade for me, but the experience of just being in VR
Yeah.
is insane. So it still looks pretty, but I wish I could have the graphics off of like standard. There's like standard and something and ultra, and it's on standard, and I still can't get it to behave. Like that, it's like, God. But getting a little better. They added the yaw, so you can just kind of like twist your virtual joystick. Kind of fixed the flight combat. Flight combat kind of sucks in the game too, but at least I'm able to control the thing now, like organically. So I can just kind of drift around things, and even though they're just like fly in your face, it's I'm able to get around them doing that. It's like in the middle of good updates, just performing.
Yeah. Do every other.
Yeah. Anywho, Breachers, a game that runs butter
Creatures.
smooth.
Yeah, I haven't played it on Quest 1 like natively, but I've played it on Quest 2 and PC, and yeah, it's fucking smooth.
Like
Like I haven't
I'm
had an
doing
issue.
mine will I think it's my PC because it'll do it on No Man's Sky too. So like every once in a while it'll go like and I'll have it like stutter quick. But I think that could be like OneDrive being like, hey, let's update all your shit for no reason, and
Yeah.
it's just freaking me out. I don't know. I've got to try to narrow that down. But as Twitch action as that game is, and I'm on a Quest 1 using virtual desktop streamer like Steam, so there's a bunch of hops, and it's like doesn't matter what's going on. People blowing themselves up right next to you, landing in my lap. If it's, I haven't had any graphical issues at all.
Gaming
Or control
veteran
or anything.
is the man. But yeah, he let an apple go and blew himself up.
I still got to clip that out. He just got to clip my
Yeah.
Twitter about it. But like, I was sitting
You were
there
right
like in
there
the
though.
corner. Yeah, I'm sitting there doing something, and then I look over because the grenade like triangle flashing like danger. I'm like he didn't drop it. He armed it and dropped it. If you drop it, it's fine. But I'm like, I couldn't get the words out. In your video, you can kind of hear me going like,
Yep.
he's talking about something, and then just and his body hits me in the face, and I'm like bleeding to death because I got hit with a grenade. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Everybody just started laughing. It was fucking
Yeah.
great.
We had a lot of good
Like,
moments. The other Samson from Let's Talk Oculus podcast
yeah,
is playing with us, and he's trying the drone out for the first time. He flies
best.
it in and it gets shot, and he doesn't realize it. So then he starts moving his body, thinking he's still in the drone, running down the hallway at the enemies, like calling them out, and then he just drops.
Thinking he's still in the drone, and Pete's like, "You're not the drone anymore, buddy. You're not the drone." And it's so funny because he was like in a building, and then over to the right this way, and then like in a garage or something over there. And he dies, and he goes back to his body, or the drone dies, and then he does the same. Like, did you just think you got like rubber banded back? It's so engaging because it's so smooth. I can see making that mistake, being like, whatever, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. it's a very well done game. Like
Yeah.
old school Rainbow Six Nights suddenly back, but
Yeah.
in VR is nuts. Because I wasn't that big a fan of Siege. It was just it was too easy
Yeah.
for people to play weirdly, cheaply, and find their little patterns. And it's like, well, that's not in the spirit of actually playing
And
a game.
the
But this is
the
different.
buildings on Siege were like tiny for what's going on, where these
Yeah,
buildings are pretty big. There's like so many ways, which is amazing. But I
yeah,
think the beauty is in the simplicity. Like there's a lot of fun gadgets and guns, but not too much to where you're kind of like don't know what the hell's going on with any of it. There's just
yeah.
enough to keep track of.
Yeah, it's a very good little squad based thing, and it's got the you die and you're just a camera, so it kind of makes you slow down. Or you're just going to be in black and white in camera mode the whole night. So I missed that. When we first started
Yeah.
playing, I was like, I hadn't had that in a while, and I was kind of like, is this still going to work for me? Because you get more matches in when it's run and gun. But then it's like, well, you don't really. It's not about how many bullets you shoot. It's like the fun you're having. Like enjoy your time. So when you actually slow down and other people slow down and the bots aren't like too crazy. They're a little cheaty, like you said when I first, they're a little cheaty. But like the slower action when you can actually like get used to your guns and look around the corners, it matters. Like it's so much more fun than
When
just straight run and gun.
Yeah, and you can in VR, it's just amazing. You can literally like lean around corners and shit. It's just yeah.
Yeah, repelling, which there's I was that's on my video right there, probably not synced up, but like repelling, the one thing that Siege would have over Breachers is you can I think you can go upside down. That's that game. So you can be repelling and you can look up, you can be upside down looking in a window where they're not going to be expecting to see like a
Yeah.
gun barrel coming from the corner. But then like I'm sitting there hanging off the thing anyway, like leaning around doing the same thing. And it just, when you feel the gravity on your body differently, it just
Yeah.
connects you to the game more. So I'm just letting other
That's
people take point and I'm sitting there like sniping around corners. It's so much fun.
a consistent thing I've seen on Twitter is people saying this game got me excited about VR again. And I
Yeah.
fully back that because it's aside from the early days of like Xbox Live, this has had a feeling where I haven't had since like LAN parties were a thing. Like you would
Yeah.
play for a while, you come back to the lobby and you'd all hang out like and we played a lot of LAN parties in a duplex. So we'd all
Hmm.
gather in one room and then split
Talk
off to a
about the
bunch of
matches,
rooms.
eat some
Yeah.
pizza. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's very nostalgic nostalgia feeling for me that way. So
In
yeah.
the old Xbox Live, we played some of those old Rainbow Sixes. The Vegas 2 what was the one before
Yeah.
that one on the regular Xbox. Was that
It was
still
Rainbow
Vegas
Six.
something? Um, with the tarmac map
Hmm.
when they still had a no scope reticle for the 50 cal sniper, so I just run around and shoot you in the leg and get you.
Yeah.
Um, like those nights, it feels just like that. Like if you find a couple people, which I didn't think we'd find, but Samson and D-Max and gaming veteran, having the regular crew, it's fun again. Like
Yeah.
I wasn't playing much VR because again I've been working so much. But then No Man's Sky was like get in there and have a little like flying around stuff, and then this was just like holy crap.
Yeah, and it's nice because, you know, back in the first days of Xbox Live, we had like 30 people playing like every
Yeah,
night. And you could only have 5 on a team and you couldn't really like
yeah.
have a room of 10 playing your friends. It was so
The
weird.
worst case scenario was when you had like 11 people, so you'd have to like try
Yeah.
to organize who's going to break that up, and then everyone's got a couple randos. So that was I sorely missed that stuff.
Yeah. But then like as time went on and games could actually hold that many people, people just dropped off and life happens and
It seems
now
like
we can't get people to play like one night a month.
or a year. It seems the
Yeah.
where it started to fall off seems to be like Battlefield 1943 when they finally brought that to like Xbox Live Arcade. It might have been on the 360 when it had like 40 to 40 on 40 or 60 on 60, and then
Yeah.
that's kind of when we all played like for a week, and then no, well, come on. I haven't figured out how to fly the airplanes yet.
Yeah. But yeah, Breacher is just so fun. Like the gadgets, the pacing, like I said, there's walls you can blow up. And I think that's what kind of sucked about Siege. Like I think they tried to circumvent it, but like the defending team could blow up the walls. This one they can't. So
Yeah.
you just kind of, like I said, it's slower pace. There's less going on,
Well,
so you
they
have to be
turned.
more creative.
I think what Ubisoft wanted was some sort of esport out of it, and that's just gonna. And no offense to against esport folks, that's like a completely different way to play.
Yeah.
So nobody's sitting there like watching a pixel corner of a window where everyone's gonna go because it's the obvious choke point, sitting there clicking a mouse. Like, that's esports. That's different. This is immersion stuff, and when all the gadgets just sort of are pretty tight. I don't think there's been like a gameplay flaw in the whole thing, has there?
No, I
In the
haven't had
four
it.
nights or 3 4 nights we played.
No.
Shooting solid. Like you don't like think I should have hit that. Like you missed. It's not just like I thought. What? Sometimes the bots headshot you before they should be able.
Yeah.
But
The only
there's
issue I had was I flashed one of those guys once and it didn't seem to phase him, but I
who's
didn't
hiding
literally
behind stuff.
see where it landed because I threw it down through the roof. So maybe it's
Yeah,
fine, but other than
I
that,
think
I haven't had a single issue.
for the yeah, that was like one thing. Like for the experience, it should be if you drop it in like a rooftop hole, it should flash people a little bit more easy because you're just jumping in blind. So unless somebody's like
Yeah.
literally looking at the floor or behind the wall, but it looked like there was a pallet of stuff and you can kind of see the bot when he shot you, like in your camera, because it was like his eyes were looking right at the flasher. And if I could flash myself after like chucking it as hard as I can down a hallway, you can flash that. So yeah, that would be it. Like
But yeah, it has cross buy on the meta side, so any headset you get it if you buy it once. Cross play for all systems. So Wookiee's on Steam, I'm on Meta, and
and we've
zero
had
issues.
like again, not picking on No Man's Sky too hard, but like it has crossplay, and which we're grateful. But thank God they put Discord on the consoles because now it's like you can actually get voice chat because
Yeah.
crossplay sometimes I can't invite anybody on Xbox or Steam. Like if I can't remember what the thing was, but like if I was on Steam, I couldn't invite our nephew Logger who was on Xbox, but he could invite you, and it was just like
It was the same
Jesus
on
Christ.
Squadrons.
Same on Squadron. So goofy crossplay shit. This thing just I forgot that was a problem. So you
Yeah.
just said, cross play. And I was like, oh
And
yeah,
that
no
that
barrier.
is huge because we've tried many times with other games. Like we just want to play for 2 hours on a Thursday night or something. You hop on, there's either an update, some shit won't work, something's happening. Like there's this friction. Haven't had a bit of it.
None. None. And some of it's like you gotta figure out like when after I did the tutorial, which is really well done, paced, just here's how you use the tools. That's it. Um I got in and I was trying to figure out how to launch a bot match. I didn't know you had to hit the little red button because I wasn't reading the giant sign. So that's like
Yeah.
a different UI thing, but I just wasn't reading. Um, whereas I think last Thursday we tried to do a stream session with No Man's Sky. So I set up
Yeah.
OBS, got it all working on my laptop, and then that's when I first got the real bad performance for No Man's Sky. And then looked, and like I was playing No Man's Sky actually needed an update, but it would let me play. So I updated that, and then I couldn't do anything. And then so I updated the video card, and then when I rebooted, then Steam updated, and then I think Windows updated, and like everything needed an update right then and there. And it's like this has been running fine for weeks. The only new thing was the streaming, and then the No Man's Sky update. I was ready, like that was like 30 minutes of me just wanting to flip tables. It's like
Yeah.
so hard. I mean, I get it. I don't know how hard it is to make that game because it's the genius level, whatever is going on, but it's like, oof, that user experience. I know they love Destiny. They keep, the UI and the cape and the hood helmet stuff like that's fine, but make it work.
Yeah.
Ah, so
But
yeah,
back
especially
to
Breachers.
Breachers.
That's comparison
Let's
only.
let's,
It's
let's talk about um gadgets. What's your favorite?
cloak. I don't know how effective it is, but it seems to be doing really well.
So there's two teams attacking, defending, obviously, blue and yellow. totally different sets of gear, which is awesome.
Well, the guns are the
Um,
same, the gadgets are different.
yeah,
So defense gadgets, tripwires, and little alarms like triggers and stuff like
cool
that.
thing, door blocker. You can put this thing in a door, and it'll block the door. Your team can pass through it, but the other team has to like shoot it a bunch. Really cool.
Mhm.
Little shock traps that slow you down. Like alarms and bombs. Like, yeah. I guess on the I have really good luck with the proximity sensor on the defending side. I seem to always get a beep on it.
Pick a
So
spot. Yeah, that one doesn't have a laser. So the trip mine, you got to kind of pick a spot where they're not going to see the laser. But I've done it where like again it was bots, but there's like a doorway and then a couch just slid over. I stuck it to the couch. Two bots ran in. The bomb went off. Neither one died. I lean out to shoot and I get headshot. Like I think I should have finished one of those guys off with the partial clip I unloaded, but no. Um, that's the only trick with that. I don't know where to place it that humans wouldn't see it, but I just haven't, figured that out. The drone's fun. The attackers with the drones, they have like the cloaking thing is just nice. If you can see it on the video if you watch that. Um, yeah, it's absolutely the cloak.
I love the breaching foam. It's a little canister. You get 3 charges, and you spray it on the walls with X's, and you punch the top, and the wall blow up. It's so cool. And you can use it as distraction, or really breach and clear on
Yeah, you can
Zulu
break in through
type
that.
action.
Yeah. um, I kind of wish it would probably be overkill, so I'm kind of glad they didn't. But you could only spray one at a time. You get 3 sprays with it, but like I would be the one spraying like 3 different walls around the target
Yeah.
site, and then blow them all at once and scare the hell out of everybody. But that would get really old. They have the only weak one is a smoke grenade because it just kind of brings in a sphere, and it looks like a sphere of magic smoke. But people seem to just shoot through it.
Yeah.
And like that the smoke's gonna stop bullets, but I kind of have died when I tried to use it as an escape method. Uh, and then when I shoot
And
into it, the bots come running out of it. I'm like, how did you not just die? But
yeah, and they have team deathmatch, but there's only one map for it. That's kind of the weakest point right now, but it just came out. So, but they
still
have
fun.
then the verses, which is defenders defending 2 bombs, attackers attacking. Which normally I don't like game types, but this is like perfect because
Mhm.
kind of does turn into team deathmatch. Like I've only seen you get an EMP charge and you set it on a wall and you got to do a couple of frequency things,
Yeah,
and then they have
set
to
the
disarm
guard.
it. I've only seen that really go off one time out of my whole time playing.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I set it
But
every chance I get, but it
yeah,
it turns into bloodbath before it works.
yeah. Which every game that has that game type, it's the same. I don't know how you fix that, but it's definitely a game where if your team's not using strategy or talking, you don't do well compared to other people that are. But we've only been playing bots for the most part, and we've just been having fun.
We did one night where we opened it up, and it didn't seem to go too poorly. I couldn't hear anybody, so I didn't know if anybody was being an asshole or screaming. But hopefully, the VR community is a little bit
They
less
are
annoying.
like and again, it was brand new, but my first stream on our YouTube channel, I'm playing with totally random people, and every person on my team was fucking hilarious. We were having so much fun.
Hmm.
It was like a breath of fresh air because again, Woogie and I are old and have come from being online a long time, and we've been in party chat for like a decade, like strictly party chat.
More
So
than that
opening up
too, but like,
again, VR community is a little better. Still pretty much still pretty much that way. Like it hasn't been tainted too much yet, but
yeah, like we were around when like Penny Arcade was like actually writing comics before they got so huge. They did, and then one of them had this thing. It was like, it sounds like a robot's fucking my ear, and that we were there because Xbox Live on the old OG Xbox used to have voice filters, so you could sound like this, or it would turn you into a freaking robot. And if it was like a
yeah,
little high pitched person, that would just be screeching, and they would all have it, and it was like, oh my god! And you had to try to find the mute button. That's how long we've been playing, and it just doesn't work. But yeah, like the dream is just to be able to truly drop in, drop out with random people, and actually like enjoy the night. It's still a strange concept to me. Like I play Grand Theft Auto online by myself because people suck. I haven't played it in ages, but like, oh, I gotta sit
The
here.
one camera angle doesn't get us both if I switch to it.
Okay. Yeah. Put the turd here. Okay.
Poop there.
Poop here. But yeah, like I said, it's just so nice. And not knocking any indie devs or anything like that, but to have a game like the gameplay, the matchmaking, it it's tight. I'm sure they have a bunch of stuff they're going to add, or maybe they got stuff to fix, but I don't see much. It's really just it is just nice to. It's like a weird complete package. The gameplay's nice, the experience is nice, the UI isn't bad at all, and then the people have been fun. Like I don't know. The last time we had that was I don't remember which Star Wars, probably Battlefront 2 on the old Xbox, where some guy's like, "I'm going to rub peanut butter on your uncle," making 40 people laugh. Don't know what it meant, but like this is what we need in games, not just VR. Like,
Yeah.
we need whatever this recipe is right here. I hope it stays this way and doesn't get like Siege mutated, because I wanted to love Siege so bad. I was like, oh, this could be great, and then it just turned into
And that's
something else.
kind of what I'm saying. Like it's just small enough, simple enough, but as they want to add stuff to the game, they do run that danger of kind of ruining it, in my opinion. So I hope they don't.
When you're the drone and people start shooting at you and they can't hit you, that is it's no danger to you. It's just exhilarating. You're like this little drone trying to be like, "I'm not shooting me," and it's that alone is hilarious. It's
Yeah.
nuts. And then being like one of the last two alive, and you're trying to set off the little EMP charge, so you've got like a gun in one hand and you're looking over a counter trying to hack the thing. Your heart starts racing. Like I haven't had that genuine stuff. I mean, I'm going to keep gushing over it. I don't have any complaints about the game.
Oh, that's why we're here.
The grenades are in the grenades when you throw them, they seem like they're a little bit you're throwing it underwater. So
Yeah.
there's a basketball court in the lobby, and I've made one basket. It's just kind of like when you throw stuff, it's like blah. So I don't want it too cheaty, but a little bit.
I just don't want to wear my arm out after throwing so much.
Right. Some people are like, oh, we just do it underhand, but I've just been like, it was like you do a punch method, but if you have room to swing your arm, like you're throwing a shuriken or something, drawing your katana, you just like chuck it like this, like a little bit backhand. You get just enough to throw it, and it goes straight.
Yeah.
I've gotten like 15 feet out on one grenade, which doesn't sound like much, but
I do really well throwing all that stuff underhand.
my left hand is underhand looking over. My right hand is like the other one. I don't know. But I mean, how long has it been since a game where you sat there thinking about like, this is how I do this in this game? Like my main thing when I play games is practicing to either teach other people how to play, to fast track them so we can have a good game night when they don't have enough time to play, or still just practicing because it's like this game loop is fun, and I'm going to sit here like on Grand Theft Auto 5 in the biplane and like practice landing on the runways. It's never going to come in handy, but like this game's got it. It's like, oh, and the guns have attachments, so you can just kind of buy attachments after a round or two, and it's like they're pretty tight. There's the scopes are good. They're not necessarily hard to see through or anything. You're sitting there thinking everyone in the group is like, which scope do you prefer before the timer runs out, kind of a thing. Like they want to know which one to use, and it's just fun.
Yeah, I do like the mechanic of they have like a buy system for weapons and stuff, and you start out first round, everyone's using handguns, which I dig.
Yeah.
But as you do, you do well, you can buy stuff, but if you die, you lose all of it. You keep your money, but like you can take parts off of other people you've killed or your teammates. Like if they had a health stim on them, you can find their body, take the health stim, and it just adds a whole nother layer of like really moving slow and just checking your corners and stuff. And yeah, it gets pretty intense.
Some of the people we played with, they don't really realize, I think, that when you like, you can purchase like, your sidearm, your main gun, and then you've got some gear over here. So you can purchase like 2 different grenades. And I don't think they realize, yeah, you could just try to tell them, but you just tap the grenade to unbuy it because you only have 2 and everything grays out. And they're like, oh, I guess I'm stuck with this. But then somebody learned that you can just like drop them off yourself and it'll highlight back up, but they don't get their money back. I don't think it's just the grenades on the floor. They started dropping them, and I'm sitting there like I have full gear, and I'm sitting there picking up grenades. I have so many grenades, and I was like, "You want them back?" So I mean, cute little things like that to just kind of figure out as you go. So it's got just enough, learning the attachments, learning. We didn't know you could like swing off the rope and kick off, and then like burst through the boarded windows until someone
Well,
showed us that.
we didn't even know we could get scopes or anything because it. That's what I like.
Anyway,
You keep learning things, but
yeah,
it
it's not.
doesn't
You're
really
not
like
completely
force
lost.
it on you.
Right. It's just here's a gun, use it, and then you can kind of work with it. It's like when you buy the stuff, you have a panel to buy it all, and then you're just like, okay, bought it, but like you close the buy window, pick up your gun. There's no thing. There's no anything. It's just your gun. The buy window's open, then that's where you see all your attachments. Yeah, we didn't know you could even do that, so we were just running around no attachments doing iron sights, and then somebody mentioned like, oh crap, there's this and that, and then I was like, oh, if you need to switch hands, if you're like gripping your gun, your handgun, you grip it with the offhand and then let go with your main hand, it just switches to your offhand. That's kind of like cheaty, but if you like, I'm sucking, I can't throw my grenade with this hand and I just want to switch and throw it like overhand with my main hand, it's just there and it works. I love games like that because when you're holding the rifle, you can let go of the main hand and you still have your offhand gripped on the stock and it doesn't freak out. There's some games where I try to do that. Like I don't want to drop my main gun, but I'm instead of reloading, I just want to pull out the sidearm and use it on somebody. And they don't let you do that all the time. And it just drives me
Yeah,
nuts. You gotta like put it away and then pull out your sidearm. No,
yeah.
but just
The other thing
attention
that's
to detail.
cool when you are buying stuff at the start of matches, you can see your other teammates' loadouts, which is awesome. But you
Yes,
can
very
look at
cool.
these guys if you're watching the video. You can look at them and tell what they have on them, like at a
Yep.
quick glance, whether it's your teammates or the other team. I think that's awesome. You can kind
Yep.
of guess what might happen, or like I said, if they die, you can scrounge it off their bodies. The only thing we seem to run into is, um, if you have, and we're all kind of guilty of this, like you just kind of find yourself in a certain spot and their whole team is there. You might get all the kills, you might die, but sometimes the match is like over in 30 seconds. But just seems like every match, um, I felt like I was hogging all the kills a couple times. Like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
they're all right here.
Sometimes you got like, everyone else has 5 kills for the whole game and we're back in the things. One of us has like 17 on me. We've got like a double digit and everyone else has single and it feels bad. Yeah, I mean, what else can you do? It's
Yeah,
like, I guess I'll,
because if
I,
it is a weird thing. If you like take your time, you may not ever see anyone in the round then. But you also, if you go in too fast, you're dead anyway. So it's like there's a really weird happy medium to find in there.
there's, if you take your time, like I said, like you're into to the immersion thing, you're just like, you're taking it seriously, checking your corners. You might be the last one alive and then you have to be the hero and then the pressure's on, but like you average out, you'll still get kills, but like I think it's just more fun to take your time. Sometimes I go
Yeah,
insane and just run in and accidentally do that stuff, but yeah,
it's like the first couple matches of each evening. Like I'm just running in and dying. Like, okay, stupid. Like,
yeah,
pump the brakes.
yeah, and the bots do get a little headshotty, but it kind of simulates, I mean, people are going to be probably worse than that, real people,
Yeah,
but it does seem like if you're not taking it slow, they're going to see you faster and shoot you faster. Like if you're I don't know if that's just my imagination. Like that, when you forget that you need to slow down, you just get annihilated by the bots,
Hmm.
which I appreciate.
But I mean, it's if you didn't have bots, because I love the inclusion of bots. I do think they could add a couple difficulties, but
Mhm.
it lets you jump in and play, and people can join your lobby anytime. It's jump
And
in,
it,
jump out, fills it with bots, and
yeah,
it doesn't interrupt anything.
the
Like
only
even with that,
snag.
like some games that normally like stutters or something, when
Mhm.
someone leaves or
Yeah,
you don't
you don't
even
even
notice.
we had two guys named Enzo when somebody dropped out of our team, so we got another teammate with the same name. That was the only problem. Like, does that even care? No. Two bots. Yeah, this is it's good. I've been meaning actually. This has been since like the second night we played. I've been riding this high. I keep telling people. Like I think it was Samson who said at the end of the second night, it was like, "Wookie, you're gonna give me nightmares. Like I'm gonna have nightmares tonight." I still don't know why. Um,
I think you
what
just
exactly?
crept up on him and got him by surprise a couple times.
Because maybe that I was using the cloak a lot. I'm sure. um, that made my day. I haven't heard that in a long time because I haven't played any. Like the last time we played Call of Duty, um, when when I was how was I playing? I think I was streaming to my tablet because Xbox streaming was like awesome to me. I'm like testing it out. So I was playing that. I could hear through their mics that our
Yeah.
team and the game chat through the mic or through those the headset there. But they could. I was in party chat and they couldn't hear that, so I could hear everybody. It was really funny because this one guy kept going like, "Oh shit, it's Wookie," and it's like, and that makes you feel funny because when you're just wiping the floor with people, it's great. But that was like, was that the one before
10 years
Ghost?
ago. Yeah.
We played. It might have been Black Ops 3. We did play that one quite a bit.
We played two the most, but
To the most, but that was like, it was the wall running one. No, maybe not. I can't remember now. I was horrible too. Anyway,
but for
PG and I are really
breachers,
good, and like to finally get back into a game where you feel like you can actually do something in the game. It's pretty nice in a competitive shooter.
yeah, I honestly hope they don't add weapons, gadgets. I hope they add maps first.
Yeah,
I would fucking love a 4-player co-op campaign, even a single player campaign. I'd lose it.
a four
Um,
player co-op campaign, even if
yeah,
it's like
that'd
not
be
voice acted or if it's just
no.
more like if they introduce map like that, they don't need a story. Love Zero Caliber, but that story and the voice acting, you're like, what? Love
It's
it, but it's
laughable.
like, yeah, it's kind of like they're taking our water, and
Yeah,
um,
but I don't
which is
even want like skins for guns, outfits maybe, as long as they don't get too weird.
yeah,
But I know like you got to keep updating things, and that's kind of the new normal, which I'm not a big fan of. But like I said, I just don't want them to lose the balance it has because I think it's like almost perfect right now.
too many games do that, and that's just
Yeah.
the curse. Like it comes out and it's like great, and then they're like, we have to keep the momentum. So,
Hmm.
Star Wars Galaxies in 2002 or three or whatever, and like, they just games just do that. Here's your first month is awesome. Let's just fuck it in the ass with a lead pipe. Like, why? Why did you do that?
So yeah, we play a lot so far. I want to keep that going. I hope if anyone watching or listening ever wants to play, hook us up on Twitter. Hit us up on Twitter, I guess.
Look us up and hit us up. Don't hook us up because
I mean, you can try, but I'm married, so I don't know.
yeah, partners might get mad. Um, but yeah, I'm down to play this like once a week until people stop playing it. Like,
Yeah, we've been having that much fun. Like I said, it's just I love seeing the comments like this. Really made me love VR again because I mean, there's a lot of great games out there, but I haven't
Just
seen many like pull people together because like the few that do that I've seen like here we go with me and fucking names population one like I have fun in that game but it does not draw me in and the player base is a lot of younger people which doesn't always work out for everybody so um
yeah,
yeah it's been that's half of the like whatever magic this game has hit um,
it
I don't want
it's
them to
got like
mess with
you
it.
said, like there's 3 or 4, main ingredients there that are just like working for everybody. The slowing it down, the simple but like, deep sort of strategy you can get out of it, the gadgets and everything. It's just right. Yeah, I would not want them to. I would wish they wouldn't just screw it up.
Yeah.
I have faith in them. I wouldn't. I always like different guns, but my curse is once I feel like okay, I got a handle on this game, then I start tweaking like a loadout, and then it sometimes it just goes downhill from there, and I should just go back to the basic default and that loadout they give you, like delete them all, and hopefully they just set it up. That's what got me to buy Black Ops 2. Like we rented it. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna buy any more of these games unless we're all playing them. I rent it. Everyone's playing it. I'm killing everybody. Buy the game. Can't hit anybody anymore. Like, wow. Not here though. This is fun.
And it's one of those games like it's very accessible for everyone, but when you do get like a good like one shot headshot, like you really feel like you earned it and like you're top of the world. Like it just does that. And I haven't had a game do that for a while either. Just makes you feel like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just like I said, the shooting's good enough, or if you're using iron sights, especially when you don't know that you can buy a scope. Um, like one of
Handgun
the
kills
first
me.
matches, yeah, one of the first matches I joined in, and they were playing team deathmatch. PJ's killing everybody, and he's like all the way across the map, and I can just see his gun in his face, and I just go with a starter handgun with no gear or anything, right in the side of the headshot.
Yeah.
I was like, I am Rocky Balboa. I don't know why I said that. I don't know who else said Rambo. I don't know. Same actor. But it's an accomplishment. Some games it's too easy. Some games it's like we're gonna work. This game is just right. You're not always gonna hit that headshot, but it doesn't feel like it was robbed. It just feels like, okay, I need to slow down a little bit more. When we're
I mean,
doing
look at this guy. He's from the game and he's running back in. He can't wait to get back in there. I mean,
you, getting people with laser sights when you do slow sneak around. Gotten a couple times where somebody like a human player is looking at, like the other door, and you can just like line up the laser sight in the back of their head, and you feel kind of bad, but then it's like two of those, double tap just to make sure. It's a pretty good feeling.
yeah, and that's one thing I don't think a lot of us have experienced in this game because we have been playing closed rooms. I'm pretty sure if you're playing with humans on the other team, if you kill someone, I think they can hear you and you can hear them for a moment, like when they're
Oh,
dead. Because I've heard like I killed someone and you just hear them like scream, and that is pretty cool. If you sneak up behind them, get the drop on them, and just scare the crap out of them.
that is
I
cool.
like that.
As long as people don't go around teabagging,
Yeah,
that just makes, I'm just going to target you for the rest of
I,
the night.
I'm sorry I ever invented that. I really do apologize.
Did you invent it?
I I honestly I probably didn't, but I honestly think I might have because going back to Xbox,
One.
before Xbox Live was a thing, there was this thing I'm not gonna remember the name of it, but there was this really early days service to play Halo, the first Halo online, and it was terrible. But I was on
X,
there playing
X
people.
high.
I think it
That was
might
the one
even
you
been
beat.
right before that. It
Okay.
was, and I think it might have actually turned into that. But I'd
They would
never
take
seen
your
anyone
land
do
and make
this.
it into Xbox Live. It was fantastic at the time.
Yeah, but I'd never seen anyone teabag anyone. I teabag someone because I thought it'd be funny. And those saying it was weird because then Xbox Live launched. I beta tested it before it did. It was cool. on Halo 2 when live launched, I ran into some of those same people, and then I just saw them all teabagging people. So maybe, I don't know. That's how long I've been playing.
Yeah, PJ the Teabagger. Mhm.
Now I hate it.
Yeah,
I curse myself. True story.
true story. True story. Um,
But I mean, another sign of like how much we've had fun with this. Like we haven't been doing regular episodes because of life and things, and we're working on stuff. But kind of wanted to come talk about this, and I'm working on talking to the devs, having them on too soon. So we'll see.
that'd
Because
be
it's just been that much fun. Like I just want to tell them like they could just pop in for 2 minutes and be like, "Thank you." That's all I need.
it's pretty good, and it's such a good fit. Again, we haven't played with that many random people, but like sometimes I get a little competitive. So if somebody keeps killing me, then I'll just be like, like I try to control it. It just happens to people. This game doesn't really matter what the hell happens because it's I don't know if it's just in the VR and it's not like run and gun and you're on edge the whole time. Like the suspense is in there. But if there's like a good kind of gunfight down a hallway, or if you just like someone gets the grenade on you, you laugh. It's like
Mhm.
there's it's just fun. Doesn't matter what. Like
It is
I don't know what it
also
is
like
about
when you kind of said earlier, like when you do get killed, you're just kind of like a ghost, and you can. It's the same controls as the drone, so it's actually good practice. You can go up and
it.
down, fly around. You can see everything but the other team. It's really neat. If you die, you can't see them unless they're like shooting. So you can like tell
This would
your
be helpful.
teammates
Yeah.
like um, you can still point out, and that's another thing we didn't mention. You can push a button and mark spots with your number, and
Yeah.
you can still do that when you're dead. So you can kind of help them, even though you can't see the other team. I think that's really, really cool.
It's yeah, because if your team's already kind of communicating, you know each other, whatever, you probably don't need it because you're going to be calling out and laughing and crying. But
Yeah.
then if you're getting a room of randoms, and at least if you see one of their bodies show up for a second while you're zooming around, they're shooting or something like that. You can mark it for the rest of the team that might not be communicating. It's like just simple, but it does its job very well.
Again, if
And
you're
then
breaching
yeah,
in the windows and you see a guy down the hall, you can tap it and say, "Hey, there's a guy on one because my marker is number one or two or whatever." Just really quick, simple, and it's really neat.
yeah, the drone when you're droning, you can click and say like, "There's two guys on four."
Yeah.
Uh, if you see a guy run down the hallway and you don't want to give yourself away, like you just said, it's nice to be able to just mark them. You don't have to be like up third floor, second door from the bathroom.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
you
fumble
can,
around with that.
the same button, you can mark like doorways, like to break in, like, "Hey, let's break in here" and stuff. So you communicate much better that way, I think.
Yeah.
Or, "Hey, I'm going to spray this door," and you can mark it. It's really cool.
Or if you play really, really tactical and you got like a squad leader, you pick a leader, I could see you being like, okay, yeah, you two go up in that window, we're gonna go in the door here and pincer move.
Flank steak time, bitches.
I flunked flank.
But I mean, probably don't have anything new to say, but I just keep sitting here gushing about it, like you said. So 5-on-5, you can have bots. There's team deathmatch and the defend attack mode, bomb, or whatever you want to call it. Like I said, all you gotta do is add some maps and they're set. I think it's perfect.
I mean, don't wait for maps. It's playable as
Yeah.
fuck right
Oh yeah.
now. But I'm sure they would
Like
add some maps.
the bombs and spawn, like they're all random within a parameter, so you never know, and it's just really neat because I don't know, I've played it 5-6 nights now, and I still don't really know the layout.
Yeah,
Even though they have on the website, you can download PDFs of the layouts and like plan your strategies and stuff. But
I wish. Not that I want everything to be procedurally generated, but I wish like games like this, like you would never really know the layout because then everyone can go
yeah,
slow. That's my dream.
Yep.
Like, I don't want people to know the map that well.
Yeah.
Um,
But
but give me
it's
the tools to make it through alive, I guess.
yeah. But we were entering a building the other night, and you can punch the wall. You can shoot them. You can punch the breakable windows and all that. Um, I broke one open. There's three of them just standing there looking at me, and it was like, holy fuck! Like that. That's a feeling that you can only get in VR. Like, I
Yeah.
don't remember if I lived. I think I shot down my zip line, and I didn't die right then, but it was pretty intense. You're just like, that's never happened before.
And the bots are weird. There was one they were coming in a window, and I saw two, and I dropped one, and I went to reload, and I didn't see the second one, so I assumed he ran down the hallway. So stupid me before I'm completely done reloading or whatever. Which the reloads are nice. All you got to do is just put the clip in, and it's got a little timer. But the type of gun, just like shotguns, would be slower. You don't have to do all the complicated stuff. I like that complicated stuff, but you don't need it in every single game.
Yeah, this game
Um,
it's fine.
it's just fun. But when it came back around, that dumb NPC jumped back out the window immediately. Like it would take you a while to grip and try to pull yourself through. And then I'm running, like still not done reloading, and he just kind of drops back in from the window, like just hopped in and out of the window all day, waiting for me to run by and shoot him. I was like, that could have gone better. That's just AI for you. Still laugh.
Um, yeah. The other thing I do want to mention, I forgot till now. So they have a lot of options, great options. One is crouching. You can press a button and crouch. You can crouch in real life, but they have a smooth crouch, which I fucking love.
Yes.
So you can hit up and down on your joystick, and you can pick your level of crouch because there is a lot of cover. So you can really get, down below something and just poke your head up.
Yeah,
You can poke your gun up. Like it is amazing. Like
it's
that's
like
fucking cool.
as you move your joystick a little bit, you go down and it'll stop. It's like incremental.
Yeah,
It is perfect. I think some people were like,
that's
nope, not interested. But I was like, oh hell yeah, because then you could just over like you can barely see it enough to shoot, and you feel like you're really
like
gonna
it
live.
works so well. Wookie was fucking doing the fucking stare joke shit in the
Oh
lobby.
yeah, I was going like, oh look at me, and I was like, broop broop broop. Oh god, I forgot about that. An idiot.
Yeah. But I think that's
Cool,
the first
cool
time
old
I've
guy.
ever seen that in a game ever. And
I've
it
never
was
seen it before.
it like fucking blew my mind. It still blows my mind. It's just perfect. You can be walking and just like zoop.
It's kind of like the Demio of shooter game setting. Like it's just
Yeah.
like spot on. Nailed it. I don't know if I've ever used the word like name of a game as like that. It's like perfect.
Yeah. Now I want to go play really bad.
I bet the significant others down there shouting cat names. So I kind of want to stay in VR and pretend that ignorance is bliss, and I don't have to pay for it later.
Yeah. But yeah, Wookie, I believe you play seated, I play standing. I don't think you've had any real problems. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Some
No,
games can't pull that off.
the only issue I have is sometimes like seated. If your pack gun holster down here is a little lower, you gotta kind of like lean up so you don't punch your
Yeah.
couch. But they're very forgiving, and I don't think everybody probably likes it, but certain things you use the grip button, at least on when I'm using the
Yeah.
grip button to pull your grenade off, but you use your left trigger to pull the clip out of the bag. I kind of like that so you don't accidentally grab all your grenades.
I'm just
'Cause
asking for an option to pick.
right. Just because like it is kind of higher up, so you can kind of just use the trigger over here. If you grip, I think they're for ease of use because sometimes like the two pieces of gear you have are a little off to the side, and I haven't had any problem like just randomly moving my left arm over left past my chest and I grab that far piece of gear. Other games, it's like it's a nightmare. I gotta look down and like investigate every time. But this one, I'm starting to learn like you don't have to. So they've kind of nailed the positioning, and I don't know if that setting would jive, because maybe if you use grip over here, you might get the grenades because of what they're set
Well,
up. I don't know.
so I've gone to reload and I use grip because that's what 90% of VR game. That's why it's a grip button. And I've like, oh shit, I didn't grab one and pop. So it makes me fucking laugh, but it's like, damn it.
As long as you're not like grabbing the grenade, like why do I have this trying to shove like the Willie
No,
Pete
because
grenade into your handgun?
if you're standing, it's quite. I don't think that would happen.
I
So
mean,
yeah,
there's
I just
still a
like option.
calibrate height button, and it feels like I'm just playing the game normally. I just don't
Yeah,
have a lot of room to punch walls. Poor.
but like your ammo, if I'm standing up, it's down on my hip, like way down, and the grenade's like up on my shoulder. So I don't think there'd be a
Well,
problem.
yeah, the ammo is down here, but like I'm saying, there's like a grip zone for the ammo a little higher up, so you don't have to be like in the pack. You can just
Yeah,
kind of use your trigger button just about anywhere and reload. And I know that's not like probably technically correct, but the fact that I don't have to look down and be like, okay,
yeah,
where is it? Because it's like Zero Caliber, great game, but sometimes it's just in the front, but it's trying to like grab the stuff. It's like I swear to God, I'm doing the same motion every time to like do this, do this, do that, and I'm missing them. So
yeah.
it's kind of like I blame all my typos on the keyboard, and probably half of them, maybe 50-50, yeah, are actually me. But it's just still like ah, you know. I didn't mean to do this motion. Like ah.
Ah,
um. Yeah. Okay. And if they did have a character creator, you can bet I'd be like, "See you in 40 minutes, guys." Like every night. Be like, I gotta get that color just right.
yeah,
So please don't add that. It's fine.
yeah. It's really nice that it's just solid colors. Team is blue, team is yellow. Like you just instantly know you should be shooting at that person. So, like I said, they kind of went back to basics, and I really fucking like that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
again, if
we've
anyone
hugged
wants
it
to play,
enough.
hit us up.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll be talking to the devs soon. Hopefully, we'll be back on a set schedule sometime soon. Um, again, we haven't had any issues that we thought we should here, so kind of thinking we just get back on till we do what we got to
I
do.
would
I don't
side by side it. Yeah. Let's just get back
know.
on that wagon.
So yeah. But everyone, thanks again for listening, hanging out. We'll be back more often, getting steady. Um, seeing some cool shit and all that jazz.
Jazz it up.
So again, thanks to Triangle Factory for an awesome game. I'm
Yes.
having so much fun. It's
Like
nice.
this could be a top 5 game for me. Top 10. I mean, there's too much time it goes on. There's too many games, but like VR games, I mean, love all the experiences, all that stuff, but sometimes they don't get you as much as like Witcher 3 to me, or some people like Dark Souls. Like, there's just those flat games that are just like, they're just too good. GTA. This game is like memorable. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit. I mean, you don't know how much we played Rainbow Six. I mean, we've said that here. Like, we lived and breathed this shit, and it's like not that it's back and it's just like it was. No, it's like back, updated, better in VR, simple and
Yeah.
clean. Like one of my best kills. I wish we would have known how to like record or stream this. Yeah, Peter's heard this a million times, but playing one of those Rainbow Six games, and you can like turn on heat vision and had like C4. I'm the last one left, and I think DJ, one of our friends, is left, and I'm hiding in the bathroom. And I hear footsteps, and I kind of see red go by the door. So I click my C4, blow his body out the window, and it lands on PJ. Like, and they couldn't find me. They were like, "Where the hell is this asshole?" And I'm sitting there, like, just like sneaking around. It felt like Splinter Cell and not a Splinter Cell game. Like, it was like the Predator, and it was
Yeah.
fucking awesome. And it's just all Rainbow Six, just the slowdown. The only time the slowdown bit us in the ass was when a different friend of ours hid in like this is Vegas too, I think, hid in a fucking cubicle farm, and then went and took a fucking shower and got on the or he got on the exercise bike and then took a shower, and then the game didn't boot him. How long did that
Yeah.
one last? That was like 15, 20 minutes.
It was the timer on the rounds was 15 minutes, and I was running like around like hell. Like where the hell is this guy?
He's just hiding in the cube anyway. But yeah, going all that shit, and it just feels like this game isn't like as in depth as that. Doesn't have to be, but the magic is there, and that's all that matters. Like,
Yeah.
find your friends. Don't have friends. I'm sure there's. Go to their Discord or something. Get in touch with us. Find some people to play with because you deserve to try this game out. If you like shooters at all and you're willing to slow down a little bit, fucking rad. Rad is
Yep.
cool again.
Wookie says he has spoken.
Tear your arms out of your sockets if you don't.
Dude, I saw fucking Star Wars Riot Shield last night in the last episode of Mandalorian season 3. Fucking rad. That's all I'll say.
You got to spoil it.
That's not really a spoiler, but
How big would my boner have been if I had seen it? Just kidding. That's fine. Season 3 for The Mandalorian, while we're still here, has been a little weird.
It's been
Still
like
been-
this, but I've liked it better than season 2, I think.
they're starting to run together because I've only kind of seen them once, but like I don't remember exactly what the arc of season 2 was, but like
Well, there was only one real slow episode in season 2 for me where they're like on that weird farm planet. The coolest thing was the red two-legged walker, but the rest was like,
that's season 1.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all running together for me.
So I just started watching, like, I was sitting there, I was like waiting for one of the next episodes of season 3, so I just started season 1 and go over again. That's like episode 6 or something.
That sounds right.
Because they come back to get her to help storm Navarro, and that might be season 2. But yeah, there was an episode with Jack Black, and I was kind of like, none of this makes any goddamn sense. Just this cheese ball, like.
Yeah. It's still like I'll take it over the movies.
No qualms. Like, give me more of that. And like Jack Black didn't do anything wrong. Just that whole episode was like, this was written in a series of books. This was the episodic book written for children by children. I don't know. It was weird. Yeah. And today I was supposed to get a Fondor Hallcraft Lego in the mail, or the parts to build it. The custom instructions are out there, and it's not here yet. The parts didn't come, and I'm like, so Andor, good show.
Yes, very good show. If you're still watching or listening, this is we'll just call this the after show. No more. Maybe there'll be VR talk, but probably not. Advance Wars 2 1 and 2 remake comes out tomorrow on Switch.
Yes. I haven't
excited.
used either one of my Switches since you got me the real life Mario Kart cardboard thing for the floor, and we had so much fun that I bought a second Switch found the Luigi one, or whichever one you got us. I found the other one, and I haven't played it since.
I did the same thing, except for I play it every now and then just to chase the cats around. But yeah, I really want to find some nieces or nephews to really set that up and play with it.
Like,
but
I love old school Nintendo, but the whole thing, like, I just don't. I can't. There's nothing there for me.
Yeah. So I play like an hour Mario Kart every week for fun. But yeah, so Advance Wars 1 and 2 remake comes out tomorrow. The new Zelda's next month, which I know you probably don't care much about, I don't think, but
from the footage I saw, it's just as gloomy, like Skybox shrunk as the first one. I'm like, I can't play this. It's hideous.
But if you have any interest in Nintendo games, there's a voucher system. You buy 2 vouchers for like $100. You can use them on most games. I got both those games for like $40 off total. Do it.
The hell. Wow.
Because even the Switch games are going up now. I think Zelda was $70, which better be good because you know,
Like, girlfriend got me the Switch and Zelda because I was looking forward to Zelda since they announced it. Open world games, why not? And as soon as I got it, 2 minutes, like I tried to play it, and I was like, "This is like the sky is just dim and dark, and like the can't see." And I was just like, "This is what is this?" So then I have that don't ever turn it back on. But like as soon as we got it, like the next week's, it seemed like there was an emulator, and people were like, "Oh look, I removed the weird closed-in fog, and the game was gorgeous." And I was like, "Oh, oh." So then now I'm going to play that in MUVR if it's
yeah,
usable. Again, I already own the game and I own the system. I think I should be able to
yeah.
find it on an emulator legally, but um, yeah, I never played much of that. So it sounded kind of fun. Some people hate some stuff about it. I don't know.
I had fun with it, but it wasn't like what I wanted. But I spent enough time
I'll
to.
just play Wind Waker.
Yeah, Wind Waker's
Yeah,
amazing.
I'll just I'll just play Wind Waker.
But yeah, that's just want to throw that out there because I'll be doing that. I have tomorrow off for my
I remember.
birthday, and then setting up Rock Band
Is
and
it the 23rd already?
playing Advance Wars Sunday.
No, it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my
Who say tomorrow? What?
I always do Rock Band or Jackbox party for my birthday. Why not?
Word. Why not? Happy early birthday.
Woo!
Have I run out of credit from that Castle Grayskull
From
logo?
2 years ago.
That thing was like $300.
Yeah.
Like, this is Christmas and birthday for like 4 years.
Every time we talk about you, add a year to it.
Because I don't want to buy you anymore. Just
No,
kidding.
I get it.
It's funny that I have 3 more presents waiting for you for that time to run out. Like PJ's gonna love that, but I shouldn't send it to him yet. Anyway, happy birthday, Advance Wars. I remember having fun with that. You and Brazen were like
Yeah.
addicted to that like nothing. So that'll be cool. Can you play it while you're playing Breachers?
No, but they've added
No.
online and like user made maps and all kinds of stuff. The only thing they changed like the art style, which I think was a huge mistake. I'll still have fun with it, but like I'd rather have the old art style and just had like cleaner, prettier graphics. But can't have everything I want.
Mm.
But still a lot
Gotta
of fun. I
figure.
fucking love that game. Yeah. Yeah.
What else do we got
Yeah.
coming up before we end here?
Jedi Survivor comes out a week from now.
Still haven't played
That
that other one.
that's like 120 gigs on Xbox. I don't know what it is on anything else, so beware if you're getting it. Make some room.
I don't have time to play them.
Like I said, play the first one on easy. You feel like a real Jedi and you can get through it. Like the story is great. The game is awesome. But I hate like kind of in the same with the Mandalorian where like, you're fighting and fighting and it's like no one's getting hurt, nothing's happening. You're just
Yeah.
deflecting everything and like I have a lightsaber. I should be able to walk up and stab anybody in that game. I mean, they do a good job with it because it's a game, but just put it on easy so it's one hit kills like it should be.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, I was like, I could get through that before the next one comes out. I'm like, no, you fucking can't. I'm still playing Hogwarts, which is a fucking amazing game. Like, I don't know if they've patched that game since release, and that's fucking amazing to me in this day and age. It's beautiful. The story is great. The mechanics are like, it's just a great game. I'm playing so many things right now.
I know. And then there was that controversy about it, and it's like some people hate you for talking about it, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
Really? I don't know. I do not know if it's good, bad, or one or the other. So I haven't even looked at it because I mean, I still have the Witcher DLCs from Witcher 3 to play, and I own them on 3 different
Yeah.
platforms.
Yep, I gotta get through that too. Now that the second update for Xbox has been out to
Maybe I gotta
really
get a
make it pretty.
Series X to play that. Or is
Um,
that on Windows or is it just every version of it?
I'm gonna not promise, but I think it's every version kind of got an upgrade.
Upgrades. Check Steam. All I want is a Rohan armor. No, no partner.
Yeah. All right.
Where
I'll shut up. We've already done our outro twice.
Buy again, please sign up. We're working on community things too, so there'll be a little bit easier way if anybody does want to play. You know, we'll get all that wrapped up.
Yeah.
Because shit like this is like, okay, that is inspiring me to make friends.
Friends.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks again,
Love
everyone.
you.
We're really signing off this time.
You're champions. Every one of you is awesome.
Reaching
Awesome.
clear on Zulu.
If you get that, you can be our friend. You can be our friend.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.